here. I hope Merry Christmas Eve. I was gonna leave Christmas Eve and Christmas. I was gonna leave those days away from card making, but you know what? This is gonna be filmed in advance, but I do want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Usually by Christmas Eve, my house is all tidied up. I have the meal pre-prepped, and that's my downtime. That's when I go to the craft room and actually just kind of piddle and have some fun. And so I thought that's what you guys are probably doing too, right? Either that or the house is a madness. It's either really calm or really mad over here at the Smith house. But I thought I'd post it anyway. So Merry Christmas Eve. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I hope you have a fabulous Christmas, and thanks for joining me. This Christmas has been a little bit different, but I still love the season, and so we're gonna jump in. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's jump in and get started. I'm gonna be using pattern paper today. We're using the Photoplay Paper's Midnight Garden collection pack. That's this one. And we are also gonna be using a little bit of the ephemera too that goes with it. Now this is a very romantic, vintage style pack. So we'll be using the ephemera on our card, and then for our thank you, we're going to be using the Inside Out Say It With Stamps photopolymer stamp set. This has some thank you greetings. I really like thank you for the lovely gift. I think it's great for after the gift giving season to have some thank you cards on hand, and we'll be using this on our cards today, along with the coordinating My Colors Cardstock variety pack. There are 4 different colors of cardstock in here that coordinate beautifully with the collection, but since this is a little bit of on the vintage or darker side, I want to brighten it up a little bit by using the off-white. This is actually called muslin cardstock in here. It has a really nice canvas or woven texture to it, and so we'll be using that on our card also. I'm going to pick out some pattern papers and open up our ephemera pack, and we're going to jump in and get started. Okay, I picked out my pattern papers, and I also created my card bases with the My Colors cardstock. These are 4x4, and you can go side folding if you'd like, or top folding. That's the nice thing about having a 4x4 card. And these will actually fit in a regular A2 envelope beautifully. So, and I don't know if the camera will pick up the texture on this cardstock, but it's really nice. We're going to be using this. And I'm also picking out some pattern papers, and I'll tell you the names because most of your favorite craft stores will sell these individually. These are 12x12 sheets. I have Bold Floral, and then I'm also going to be using this real pretty Magic Moment. It's a real big plaid that we're going to throw on our cards today, and we are going to jump in and get started. For card number 1, I trimmed down some of our plaid paper. This is a 3.5 by 3.5 inch panel, and I'm going to use my tape runner, and we're going to add this to the very front of our card base. And I think I'm going to have mine top folding because I like to add ribbon or twine, and so I can wrap it around if I open it this way. So we'll adhere this to the center. And then I have a piece of, take this pattern paper, that's the reverse side. This is a 4-inch wide by 1.5 inch tall strip. This is going to go a little bit towards the top on this panel. About 3/4 of an inch from the top. And then in our ephemera pack, I picked out the tag here. I'm going to bring in some white twine, and I'm going to thread the tag. Go ahead and threaded that. I'm going to use my tape runner, and we're going to add some adhesive behind the tag. And we're going to tack this down here on the front of our card. I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow at the very top. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my greeting, and I'm going to use some black ink, and for today I think we're going to use stamp You're Simply the Best. I'm going to stamp it over here. Lovely. I'm also going to take thank you. I will ink this up and I'm going to stamp this on the reverse side of the My Colors cardstock. The reverse side's smooth. The side that we use for our card base has a little bit of texture to it. So if you flip it over, you get the same color, just less texture. I'm going to go ahead and stamp thank you. I'm going to bring in our sticker sheet next, and we're going to add some. Now's the fun part where you fill in with some beautiful. Oh my goodness, look how cute this is. You get the little birdhouse with the little bird. I think that's what we're going to use. Let's go ahead and pop this up with some foam tape. What I like to do is take the sticker, add some foam tape behind it, and then using my anti-static powder tool, I'll go over the sticker, like so. And then I can remove the release paper and we can use this on our card. And I'm going to add this to the front here. And there is the little bird. It's just so cute. Look how cute. I'm going to take that little bird. We'll put this little bird over here. And then there's a bigger bird in our sticker sheet that I want to add over here. We're going to add our thank you. And let's add a few little flowers here. Maybe we'll add one more down on this bottom corner. I'm going to finish this card off by adding a little bit of sparkle to the flower centers, just using some gems here. And that will finish off our first thank you card. For our next card, I have the same plaid paper. This measures 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. We're going to mat some of this pattern paper right over the top, just so a little bit of that plaid's peeking out. Let's go ahead and adhere these together. And then I'll tack this down on the front of my card base here. I went ahead and stamped my thank you. And I stamped it again on the same My Colors cardstock. I just flipped it over. What I'm going to do is I popped it up with some foam tape. I'm going to remove the release paper and then I'm going to add it to a strip of the pattern paper that we used on the very top here. We'll go ahead and kind of matting it with a little bit of dimension. In our sticker sheet, we have this beautiful sticker. Let me show you. This one. I just think this is so, so gorgeous. I love the distressed look of the print that's behind here, and to kind of continue it on our background, I'm going to bring in some gray ink, and then using the greeting that we used for our last card that says "You're simply the best," I'm going to pick up some of this ink, and we are going to lightly stamp a background with this. For the most part, it's going to be covered, but it's nice to add a little bit of something in the background. Okay. Very soft. Some of it's a little bit crooked, some of it's darker than the other, and that's okay because just a little bit is going to be peeking out on this card. I'm going to take some more of that white twine and I'm going to wrap it around a couple times and then tie a bow all the way to the left here. I'm going to lower it a little bit. And then I put some adhesive and some foam behind our sticker. We're going to add this to the center. That dragonfly is just gorgeous. And then I'll take my thank you. We're going to put some adhesive behind here. And I'm just going to tack that right in the middle. I didn't want to cover up the dragonfly too much. I'm going to bring back some more of those gems, and we are going to add a few gems around this beautiful wreath here. And that will finish that card. For my next card, we have some more of this pattern paper. This measures 3 1/4 inches wide by 3 inches tall. And then what we're going to do is flip this over and adhere this to some of that plaid cardstock. And I'm going to take this and then bring it to my border that's in our sticker sheet. And just so I don't waste anything, I will tack this down right over the seam. And then I'll trim away one side. We have a nice scalloped edge at the very bottom. I'm going to take this panel and directly adhere this to the front of my 4x4 note card. I went ahead and put some foam tape behind this floral sticker in our sticker sheet. I'm going to remove the release paper and we're going to add this to the right of our card here. I think that's a nice spot. And also in our sticker sheet is another floral that I'm going to take and I'm going to layer these both on top. And I think I'm going to bring in my twine and cover up the seam here too. I'm going to take the greeting that says thank you from our sticker sheet and we are going to tack this down on this side. And then I'm going to bring in some more of our gems and we're going to add a little sparkle. And that will finish that card. For my next card, we have some more of this pattern paper. This is a 3 3/4 inch squared piece. We're going to adhere this to the front of our note card. This is a 3/4 inch strip of the same pattern paper that we have in our backgrounds. What I'm going to do is stamp our sentiment over here off to the right. I'm going to use my black ink for that. For this one, thank you for the lovely gift. We'll stamp over here. I'm going to go ahead and tack down my greeting right over the top of this here. So a little bit of that plaid's peeking out from underneath. In our sticker sheet, this is a beautiful hummingbird and I thought we would use it for this card. I'm going to take this greenery sticker and we're going to stick it directly on our card base. And I'll take some foam squares. We're going to pop up our hummingbird. I'm going to take my twine and we'll go ahead and tie a bow over here at the very top of our card. And then we'll bring back a few more of these gems here. I think I need to get some smaller ones. And that will finish off that card. Here's all 4 cards that we made today with the Photoplay papers. 12x12 collection pack called Midnight Garden. We also used a little bit, well, the tag from the Ephemera and then also the Inside Out Happy Birthday from the Say It With Stamps collection. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.